from your backs, start to bring your awareness to your breath. Starting to notice the breath. Letting the breath draw you into yourself, into your body, your physical body. Also into that emotional, mental body, into your spiritual body. Letting that breath really draw you into that place of deeper knowing within yourself. We use this practice to strengthen that connection to our inner wisdom. That we can begin to trust that deep knowing on a daily basis. It becomes more of a habit to operate from that place within as we strengthen that connection and that bond. So right here with the breath, start to attune to that. And even as I guide you through this practice, that voice really being the loudest, your inner wisdom being louder than mine. Allowing my voice to be your guide. But ultimately listening to yourself and what feels good, what works for your body, what doesn't work. As you start to feel more centered, more connected, more grounded, begin to allow the breath to get more expansive. Using those inhales to fill up front to back and top to bottom and side to side so that you're feeling the full diaphragm expand. And you're sending that breath into every part of the diaphragm, but then expand it out to every limb in your body. So you're really sending that oxygen, that prana, that life force energy through every cell in the body. And as you exhale, you're drawing back to the midline, squeezing that air out of you to empty out completely, creating all that space for new energy and new oxygen, prana, to come into the body. Filtering out what's no longer serving you in order to make space for that which will serve you. And then start to, as we're bringing awareness to the breath, start to find your Ujjayi breath. Start to find that slight constriction at the base of the throat. You can start to hear your breath, allowing that breath to become your guide right alongside that deep inner knowing. So the breath informs that. Noticing where the breath might be feeling stuck or a little constricted. Feel into that area. Maybe just by noticing and paying attention, you can deepen it. Good, and then take the next breath or two to set any intentions you'd like to set for your practice. Hands coming to rest on your body if they aren't already there. And just feel that connection to yourself. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, in this moment. And at least for this next hour, nowhere else that you have to be. You can allow your mind to be present, your body to be present, your breath to be deep. From here, if the legs are extended, go ahead and draw them up so that the knees are bent and the feet are slightly wider than your hips. Release the arms out alongside you and just start to windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then when you come over to the right the next time, send your left knee towards the end of the mat. And that left hip will pop up a little bit, and that's okay, but anchor the left shoulder down and send the breath through the whole left side. Sweep the left arm right up by your ear and stretch your fingers to the top of the mat and your knee to the bottom of the mat. Bring energy through the feet. And then as you inhale, sweep that left arm down and the knees up, and exhale, drop the knees to the left. Send your right knee down to the end of the mat. So you feel that opening in the quad, the hip, and the waist. And then inhale inside the right arm and take that opening all the way up to the fingertips. You're really just working on that long, fluid, deep breath, washing through the body. And then as you inhale, bring the legs back up, bring the arm back down. Walk heel toe the feet back in line with the sits bones. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine and curl your tailbone towards your heels and draw your navel towards your spine. And then relax the arms and press the earth away from you to lift the hips. So as you press your feet into the floor, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels of the feet and gently draw the inner thighs towards one another. Not so that your knees are touching, but so your knees are right in line with the hips and they're not trying to splay out. Think about spinning your inner thighs down, so there's a little inner rotation of your thighs. And then feel for lengthening the tailbone towards the heels of the feet, so you're really lengthening that low back. Pulling the low belly in is going to help that. Firm up through, tone the abdomen. And then take a gentle press in the back of the head so your cervical spine is still has that natural curve to it. And then just find that solid, fluid breath in and out. Heels are dragging back towards the shoulders, turning on your hamstrings, turning on your glutes. Hold and breathe here. Couple more breaths. And then on the next exhale, go ahead and lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Let the knees drop in for a breath. Close the eyes and just feel. And then separate the knees. Take the right leg straight up to the sky. Press through the toes. You're pointing your foot strongly. And then flex your foot. And you can hold the leg if that feels more supportive or more accessible to you. Or just have the arms by your side and use the hip flexors to hold the leg up. Your abdominals. So strong point. Strong flex, strong point, strong flex. Now, take this exaggerated point and flex into a circle. So trying to really activate all the way around. And if you can, try and keep your legs straight up and down so that the leg isn't spinning, but just the ankle is. And then turn the other direction. It's actually harder than you'd think. Good. And then neutralize, flex that foot, send the heel up, take the hands interlace behind the thighs and send your left leg long. Heel presses away from you, toes towards you in both feet. And then draw that right leg towards you. And as you do that, that right hip kind of wants to hike up. So send the right hip down towards the end of the mat and draw the right leg towards your chest. Keeping that heels pressing away from you. And breathe into the back of the leg. Good. And then from here, release the leg again, but keep it where it is. Start to press through the left heel until maybe it hovers off the ground. Now, pull your navel down, press your low back down, take the hands and interlace them behind the head and the neck. Inhale here, and then on the exhale, curl the head and shoulders up and drop the weight of the head back into the hands. Keep pressing the heels away, keep drawing the navel in. Okay. On the exhale, we're going to take that left arm right outside the right thigh. You can keep your right hand supporting your head, or both arms can extend. Either way, this left arm is going to press into the right thigh, and the right thigh is going to press in to that left arm. As you curl your head and shoulders up, as you pull your navel down, and as you press out through both heels. Good. Inhale and unwind. Keep this head and shoulders lifted. Exhale, come to center. Now your right arm comes to the inner right thigh. Your left arm can support the head, or press your inner thigh into your outer arm and your outer arm into your inner thigh. Good. Head and hands come right behind the head and the shoulders again. From here, release the head and the shoulders, bend the left knee. Flexing that right foot, cross it over for your figure four. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the navel in, lengthen the spine, lift your elbows towards your shin, press your shin away from your elbows. Inhale, lower. This time you're going to bring your elbows up, but you're going to bring your left knee towards your elbows. Keep pressing your right knee away from the elbows. So inhale here. Exhale, curl up. Left knee comes towards you, shin comes towards you, and then knee presses away, right knee presses away. It's like a figure four crunch. Inhale and lower partway down. Exhale and curl all the way up. Inhale, lower, maybe top down. Exhale, curl all the way up. 3 more. Inhale, top. Exhale, curl. Inhale, top. Exhale, curl. 1 more. Inhale, top. Exhale, curl. Extend the arms. Wrap your toes around the left arm. Extend your left leg. Lower it down. This is all pausing anywhere along the way that feels okay and the right spot for your own body. Bring that left leg back up. Bend the knee. Set your head and shoulders down. Take these extended arms, release them, and just slide them behind the left leg now. So right hand's going to go between the legs. Left hand's going to go to the outside of the left thigh as you draw the left knee towards you and you press the right knee away from you. Energy in the feet, and then rock side to side here. From here, keep your figure four, set your left foot down, and then take a little angle with that foot so the left heel angles in a little bit and the toes angle out. Arms come down by your sides. So we're going to come into a bridge with a figure four. You can come back into a regular bridge. If you have a block, this is really nice to have support under the sacrum, and you could take it as a passive stretch. Otherwise, take an inhale here, lengthen your spine, curl your tailbone. Exhale, press in your left foot to lift your hips. Send your right knee forward and down. Try to lift that right hip and left hip equally. Send your right knee away from you, flex the right foot, and breathe. And then lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Slide your right leg all the way over your left. Extend your arms out to the side. Your hips come over to the right, so you land on the left hip. And then just let the knees drop to the left. Let the right shoulder anchor down and breathe across that outer right hip. Across the belly, the ribs, the chest, the throat, the third eye. Letting everything soften and melt down. And then check in with that right hip. It likes to hike up, so send the right hip away from your chest. We'll keep the spine lengthening. Beautiful. And then inhale and unwind that. Bring the hips back to neutral. Extend that right leg up to the sky, and as you lower, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex until it comes all the way down. Let the left leg extend to meet it, and just notice and feel. Come back to your breath if it's been lost. And slide the feet in again. Take the left leg now up to the sky. Press up through the heel. Point up through the toes. Heel and toes, so really strong, like exaggerated. Flex. Spread the toes, press up through the heel, point. And then same level of exaggeration, circle. So get really big. And then again, try to stabilize, especially the shin bone and the femur front or the thigh bone from rotating with the foot and the ankle. And sometimes it helps to just hold it and stabilize it. And then go the other direction. Like a gentle reminder to let this rotation just be in the ankle. And then land with that foot flexing. Draw it a little closer towards your chest and then send the hip, the left hip, outer left hip away from you or towards the end of the mat. And then send your right heel long too. So this side might feel really different than the other side. Maybe it's harder to hold the leg up. So again, the hands are always available to you. Press the right heel away, press the left heel up and breathe here. Keep drawing the left leg towards you, the right leg down. And then go ahead and interlace and find a little bit maybe more stretch. Keep sending the outer left hip away. Sending the breath up through the back of the leg, down through the back of the leg, the inner thighs. And then from here, keep the legs as they are. Interlace the hands in your opposite clasp. Start to send the right heel long and let that leg hover. Again, that inner thigh spins down. And then curl the head and shoulders up. Pin your navel down. Relax the weight of the head into your hands. Breathe here. So this can absolutely be done with the knees bent. This be done with the leg on the ground or the head on the ground. So take whatever variation works for you. We're going to start to build and you pause wherever it works. Okay. From here, on the exhale, you're going to twist to the left. Outer right arm is going to press into the outer right thigh. Maybe the left arm supports the head. Maybe it reaches to. Press the thigh into the arm and the arm into the thigh. Equally pressing. And then keep spinning that inner right thigh down. Good. Inhale and unwind. Exhale, come through center. Inner left thigh presses into the outer left arm now. Breathe. Curl up. Pull the navel down. Beautiful. Inhale. Release the head and the shoulders. Bend the right knee. Press the left heel up again. Send the left hip long. Cross the ankle over for your figure four. Send that left knee away from you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Press your navel down. Exhale, curl your head and shoulders up only for the first one. So this is option one. Option two, exhale. Curl your head and shoulders up and bring the right knee towards your elbows. Send the left knee away, but try and touch your elbows to your shin bone. Inhale, maybe come partway down. Exhale, curl back up. Inhale, maybe tap. Exhale, curl back up. 3 more. Inhale, tap. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, tap. Exhale, curl in. Last one. Tap. Curl up. Extend the arms. Press your shin into your arms into your shin. And curl your toes around your arm. Extend that right leg. Maybe lower it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Leg comes back up. Head and shoulders release. Bend that right knee and slip the hands to the back of the right thigh. Now figure four, stretch. Rock side to side. This right leg can be at any angle that feels good. Good. Set the right foot down. Slide the left knee to stack. The arms extend out side to side. Hips move over to the left, and then exhale, knees drop over to the right. Take an inhale, send that breath up the whole length of the body. Exhale, press the back of the left shoulder down. Send the left hip away from your chest or your head. And breathe. And then inhale and unwind that. Back to your figure four. Angle your right heel in just a bit. Relax the arms by your side. Curl your tailbone up and lengthen your spine, and then just press the hips up. Figure four bridge. Left knee is dropping, left hips lifting. Foot is flexed. And then lower down one vertebrae at a time. Send that left leg to the sky, and as you lower, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point until it comes all the way down. Extend both legs. Just take a moment. Feel the whole body soften to the earth. And then draw the knees in one at a time. Wrap your arms around them. Maybe grab your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, or your elbows. So you're in a little ball and curl or rock yourself side to side. Your head can stay on the ground or it can curl at your knees, whichever feels better. And then release the grip and grab a hold of each knee and take them wide, and same thing, rock side to side. This time let your head come on the ground if it's not. And then bring the knees together. Start to rock yourself front to back, or just roll yourself to the side and press up. Otherwise, massaging out the whole length of the spine to your upper back, shoulders, but not to the back of the neck. And then come all the way up. Come onto your hands and your knees. Shoulders stack over the wrists and hips stack over the knees. Spin the biceps forward, lengthen your spine. Take an inhale, let the tailbone rise, let the heart rise, the shoulders drop, and the crown of the head lift. Exhale, curl your tailbone, pull the navel up, press in the hands, and drop the head. Stay with that movement, stay with that breath, but close the eyes. And really let yourself drop into this internal space of curiosity, of inquiry, of feeling, of breath. Notice any areas that are feeling caught or constricted, any areas that are feeling especially mobile or fluid. And then come to neutral on the next inhale. Separate the knees. Bring the big toes to touch and sink the hips to the heels. Drop the heart to the floor, the head to the floor, and breathe into the back body. And really amp up the breath now in the back of the body. Feel up the sacrum. Send the breath along the spine, into the back of the heart, into the back of the neck, into the skull, out the crown of the head. Solid deep breaths. And then inhale, lift back up to tabletop. Reset yourself up. From here, take your hands long, tentacle into your fingertips, spin your biceps up, drop your heart for a little puffy pose, hips over the knees. Now at any point we're in down dog and it doesn't feel good on your shoulders, you can come right here or to the previous pose of child's pose. Flatten your hands, curl the toes under, exhale, lift all the way up to downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, send your left heel down. Bend your left knee, press your right heel down. Switch. Switch. Come all the way back through down dog. We're going to come forward into high plank. Inhale. Press the earth away from you. And feel free to set your knees down for a more supported high plank. Keep spinning the biceps forward and lifting your navel and lengthening your tailbone. Or lift the knees for a little more work. Neck is long, so there's length from the heels of the feet are pressing back, but remaining over the toes. Crown of the head is lengthening forward. Shoulders are drawn back. Heels of the hands and the toes are drawing towards one another. And the whole torso is corseting in. Exhale. Lift up, down dog. On the inhale, look to your hands and just take a nice slow walk all the way to the top of your mat, landing with your feet hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up to your thighs and inhale, lengthen your heart, and then check the knees, get them a little soft. And then exhale and fold all the way down. Let the knees be really soft, as bent as they need to be so that you can sway your hands along the floor. Just a little kind of half circle across the top of your mat. Like you're painting a rainbow just above your mat. And then return to neutral. Rock a little front to back on your feet, toes to heels. You have your hands there to support you so you don't feel like you're going to somersault. And then start to equalize the weight in both feet, finding that tripod in the feet. Start to bring energy up the legs. Inhale, start to lift your heart. Set your hands to your hips, lift your navel, charge the legs. Come all the way up to stand. Roll the shoulders back and down, spin the palms forward, close your eyes. Feel that sensation of being upright on the feet. Feeling that steadiness in the feet and that strength in the legs. That length in the whole body. And then on the inhale, go ahead and sweep both arms up. Interlace the hands and flip the palms up. Press up through the wrists. Anchor down through the feet. Draw in through the core and then reach up and over to the left. Press out through that right arm especially, and then the left arm as well. Big breath into the right ribs, and then let your right hip even pop out to the right just a little bit if that feels good. And then inhale, lift through that left side again so the waist is long on both sides of the body. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Press through that left wrist. Press through the right wrist. Balloon into your left ribs and send your left hip out. Hips stay squared forward. Shoulders stay squared forward. Lift into that right side. And then inhale, back to center. Separate the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into that half lift. And on the exhale, just walk it back downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg, reach it back and up. Spin that outer right hip down. Okay. We're coming into a little more core work. So we're going to come into a three-legged plank, some of us. Some of us are going to set our left knee down and come into a tabletop with that right leg extended. So here's your option, left knee down or left knee up. And then take that right knee to the right elbow. Drop it down to the wrist, lift it. Take it to the forehead. Take it over to the left, drop it to the elbow, lift it, back to center. If you're in tabletop, extend the leg straight back. If you're in plank, take it to three-legged dog. Good. And then everyone make your way back to down dog and just take a breath. Okay. Inhale, take that right leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, knee to the forehead again. Look to your right thumb, set your foot there. Inhale, come up into your low lunge. Extend your arms up, anchor your feet down. Draw your front heel back and your back shin forward. As you feel your pelvic floor and low belly lift, feel that left hip flexor lengthen. from here. Set both hands inside the right foot. Send your left leg back, your left knee behind your left hip. And then turn your right toes at a diagonal to the right and spin onto the outer edge of that right foot and let the knee just drop open. Stay up on the hands, lift up through the heart, lift up through the belly, press your back shin and foot down. So it's like you're trying to drag your heart forward and up, but then lengthen your toes back and down. You're feeling that full length of the body. And then from here, bring the right toes back forward, frame that foot and walk the hands back into a half split. Right toes up, hip over the knee. Inhale, lengthen the heart, and exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Okay, walk yourself back into that lunge, but keep your fingers down this time. Left hand's gonna stay on the floor, and inhale, just float your right arm up. Press down, reach up, hug that inner right thigh in. Now, maybe curl the left toes under and lift the knee. Make sure that right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. Keep drawing that outer right hip back and in, like you're trying to squeeze your hips to the midline. Set that hand down. Take it back to three-legged plank or regular plank or modified plank. Set the toes down, set the knees down, shoulders back and elbows in, lower the belly. Take the feet, extend them, and anchor them. Anchor the hands, inhale, reach the heart forward and lift it. Shoulders back, elbows tuck. Let the back of the neck be long. And then on the exhale, press through your hands and your knees. Child's pose with either the knees together or wide, you choose, but get long in your arms, long in your torso. Stay here or come up to down dog for 2 more breaths. And then everyone go ahead and make your way to down dog. From here, we're gonna shift into either tabletop or high plank. If you're gonna do high plank, start with the leg lifted. Come through three-legged plank. If you're in tabletop, just set that knee down, but keep the leg lifted. Okay. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left shoulder, elbow, lower it to the wrist, lift it. Bring it to the center, curl in. Cross it to the right, lower, lift, back to center. Take it back. Three-legged dog or tabletop. And everyone make your way to down dog. And take a breath. Okay, let's take that left leg back and up, and again, exhale, knee to the forehead, look to the left thumb, set the foot there. Right knee comes down as you inhale and rise up into a low lunge. Again, setting into that foundation, back shin and front foot, and they drag together. And as they do that, send your tailbone down so you feel this right hip flexor open. That right glute turns on a little bit to create that. Breathe here. Okay. And then exhale, set the hands down, shift back into your half split, left toes up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Walk your foot flat. Take your hands inside that foot. Turn your left toes out to the left. Stay up on the hands. Send your right knee back. Inhale, heart comes forward. Again, find that drag forward and up of the heart. Keep the belly lifted to support that back, and then send the right toes back and down. Good, and bring the left toes back forward, right hand stays down. Excuse me, walk yourself back. Bring the toes back in. And then come into your lunge. Right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale, float your left arm up. Stay here, curl the right toes under and lift the knee. Outer left hip draws in, back of the right thigh lifts if it's off the earth. And then exhale, hand down, foot comes back, three-legged plank or regular plank, knees down, shoulders back, elbows in, lower. From here, lengthen the feet, inhale, heart comes forward and lifts up, shoulders are back, elbows in, and then drag your hands back again to lift your chest more. Lift your navel, peel your chest off the ground. And then exhale and lower to the floor. Make a pillow with the hands, bend the knees, separate them, and windshield wiper them side to side. Extend the legs. Exhale, child's pose to down dog, or stay in child's pose, or go straight up to down dog. We're going to be here for 4 breaths. Okay, make your way to down dog if you're not already there. Inhale, look forward to the hands. And at the bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float the feet to the top of the mat with the big toes touching. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold and sit down onto your heels. And then lift the heels and stretch the toes. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your belly. See if your hands want to leave the floor. They might not. Maybe see if you can close your eyes. And then separate the knees, set the hands down, walk them out. Up on your fingertips, take a big inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Walk the hands back in, bring the knees back in, inhale, lift the heart, exhale, lift the hips and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Back in. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, walk it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg and reach it back and up. Exhale, the knee to the forehead and the foot to the right thumb. Now, before you come up, angle that left heel down for warrior 1. And think about the heels being about hip distance. And then lengthen the spine and then rise up. Draw the outer right hip back, press into the left foot, bend into the front knee. Lift the pelvic floor and the belly. From here, take the hands behind the back and interlace. Roll the shoulders back, extend the knuckles back. Inhale, lift the heart. You can stay here. Or exhale and bow forward into humble warrior. You can rest on the thigh. You can come right inside the thigh. Drop the head, lift the knuckles. Release the knuckles down. Set them to the floor. Come onto the toes of the back foot and bend deeper into that front knee so you're back in that runner's lunge, or you're setting the knee down and you're back in your low lunge. Both are beautiful options. Okay. Then we're moving into a warrior 3. Take an inhale, look forward, walk the hands forward, shift the weight into that front leg. Exhale, lift the back leg, flex it. Same thing, press that heel back, reach the heart and the crown forward. And then exhale, just set that foot down to the floor, about 3 feet behind the front one, about hip distance, walk the hands back, draw the outer right hip back, pyramid pose, heart forward, kneecaps lifted. And then bend that front knee, Come onto the toes of the back knee and set it down. So now you're more in like a 90-90 lunge. Inhale, take the arms up. Uncurl the back toes and exhale, twist the left elbow to the outer right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw the belly in and rotate. Good. From here, stay here or curl those left toes under. Lift the knee. Unwind. Take it back, three-legged dog with that right leg lifted. From here, spin the hip open, bend the knee. Circle out the hip here. Big circles with that knee. And then maybe look under your left armpit and flip the dog over. Big inhale, opening across the chest. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, bring it back around, three-legged dog. Set the foot down. Come through high plank. Lower with your knees or without the elbows in, shoulders back. Take the hands behind you, switch the clasp, interlace. Lift the shoulders. Inhale, extend the heart, lift it. And exhale to the floor. From here, take an inhale. Hands under the shoulders. Either tabletop to down dog or reverse your plank to down dog. You choose. Make your way there. Okay. From here, inhale, take that left leg back and up. Exhale, bring the knee through to the nose. Set the foot by the left thumb and spin your right heel down. Warrior one, inhale, come on up. Bend into that front knee, draw that left hip back and the right hip forward as you press into the outer right foot. Deep breaths. Take the hands behind you, interlace. Roll the shoulders back, extend the knuckles back. Inhale, lift the heart, stay here. Or exhale, fold in, humble warrior. Head to the floor, knuckles to the sky. Navel lifted, feet active. And then hands to the sacrum, hands to the floor. Spin to the back toes, look forward, take an inhale, get long, exhale, lift that back leg up, warrior three. Press through the heel, extend through the heart and the crown of the head. Soften through your standing leg. Then set that right foot back down for a pyramid. Inhale, get long, and exhale, fold in here. Okay, from here, bend that front knee, come to the toes of the back foot, set the knee down. Inhale, come into that 90-90. Adjust as you need to, uncurl the toes, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow outside that left knee. Stay here, or curl the right toes under, lift the knee. Outer left hip in and back. Back of the right thigh lifted. From here, inhale, unwind, set the hands down. Exhale, that left leg goes back and up. Spin the hip open and bend the knee. Take some circles right into that hip. Then look under that right armpit and flip your dog. Inhale, open across the chest. Exhale, let it out the mouth. And then bring it back around. Three-legged dog. Set the foot down. Inhale, high plank. With the knees or without, come to the belly. Interlace again, opposite clasp. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, arms back and up, and maybe legs back and up. But the back of the neck stays long. Beautiful. Release to the floor. You can rest here on your belly. You can rest back in child's pose, or you can rest in downward facing dog. You choose. Okay, make your way to down dog if you're not already there. Inhale, look forward to the hands. The bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, fold, sit down to the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, maybe lift the arms. From here, we're gonna try and stand up. If you know your knees don't like that, your toes don't like that, you'll come to the previous transition, hands to the floor, lift the hips. Otherwise, from here, stay with the up on the toes, lifting the heels. Slowly make your way all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, drop the heels, drop the hands to the heart. Sit down, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the right leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Drop it to the wrist. Lift it to the elbow and then bring the ankle, right ankle to the left wrist. Pigeon. Scooch that left foot back. Inhale, lift the heart. Keep the toes curled under to start with. So you really lift that knee, press the heel back, and drag it back. Then set whatever props you want under this right hip. Point that right foot. Sit up tall here. Inhale, lifting the heart, pressing your left shin and thigh down, lifting the low belly. And then exhale and go ahead and lower down. You can stay on your hands, you can come to your forearms, or you can lay down to the belly. Make sure there's absolutely no pain in your knee. And if there is, you'll just lie down and take the figure 4 that we started with. So that's another option. From here, go ahead and walk back up to the hands. Sit on that right hip and bring the left leg around with the toes right in front of that right shin. Inhale, sit up here, and then exhale, straighten out that left leg. Good, and then sit up taller. And then cross that foot all the way over. Bottom leg can extend straight if that feels better, or it's also tucked in. Either way, you're sitting evenly down. Inhale, sit tall. Take that left arm behind you and reach your right arm up. And then on the exhale, just use the core to rotate you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly and rotate. And then slip this arm right around the knee. Another inhale lengthens you, and the exhale rotates you. And then on the inhale, unwind. We're gonna inch this left foot over to the right. So I'm opposite you guys now this time. And inch that right foot away from the left hip, or that right leg is extended long, totally fine. So we're in cow face, or a knee pile. Inhale, stretch the arms wide, and on the exhale, remember I'm opposite you. Right arm on top of left for eagle arms. Squeeze the elbows together and lift them. Draw the hands away from the face, drop the shoulders out of the ears. Breathe into the back of the heart, squeeze your inner thighs together. And then keep your torso upright, but drop your forehead to your biceps. Keep drawing your forearms away from the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, let the whole torso come forward. Maybe your elbows land on your knees. And then just gently unwind the arms, let them fall to the floor, and let your head drop all the way down like you're draping over that thigh. And then inhale and walk yourself up. From here, take that left leg out to the left so that the inner right thigh is right on it. Left hand inside that left leg, and I'm still opposite you. Inhale, stretch your right arm up and roll your ribs open, and then stretch just up and over. Toes back to your hand, hand reaches forward to the toes, shoulder drops out of the ear, spin your heart open. Send that right knee forward and down. And then let that right arm pull you up. Bring the hands in front of you. From here, just keep bringing that left leg all the way around till you land back to that pigeon. And then send your right leg back and up. And again, open that hip and take some circles. And then from here, you can extend the leg and take a three-legged vinyasa. You can drop the foot, take a regular vinyasa, or you can hold tight and skip the vinyasa. So, as you like. Any vinyasa variation that feels good, cobra, locust, up dog, you choose. Let's do the other side. Inhale, take that left leg, reach it back and up. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Take it down to the wrist, back up, and then the ankle to the right wrist and set it down. Slide that right leg back. Keep the toes curled under, walk the hands back. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the knee, press the heel back so you're really long in that right hip. Set whatever props you need under the left, and then drop that left knee and curl the toes and sit up even taller. Pull up from the pelvic floor, the low belly, and the heart and the crown, like you're trying to stand tall. And then exhale and elongate over the top of your mat. Onto your forearms, onto your belly, onto a pillow, whatever feels good. Keep energy in that front foot. And then inhale and walk yourself up. Exhale, sit on that left hip. Bring the right leg around with the toes on the ground. Pull that belly in and extend the leg. And then bring it all the way over. Okay. So again, that bottom leg can extend or it tucks in next to your right hip. Right foot is flat on the ground. Right hand's gonna come behind to kickstand you. Inhale, reach your left arm tall. Exhale, use the belly, rotate to the right. Again, I'm opposite. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly and rotate. And then slip that left arm around the thigh and get a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly and rotate. And then inhale and unwind. Heel toe this right foot over to the left and the left heel away from the right hip, or keep this bottom leg extended and have just one and one. Find your sits bones even on the ground. Energize all 10 toes and then inhale and extend the arms. And I'm opposite you. Exhale, left arm on top of right, wrap it around. Lift the elbows, draw the hands, forearms away from the face, drop the shoulders out of the ears. Move the head around a little bit so your neck is soft, your jaw is soft, and then exhale and drop your head towards your biceps. Lift your biceps to support your head and draw the forearms away from the crown. Keep energy in all 10 toes. Inhale, lift your heart even though your head's dropping, and then exhale and drape yourself right over your legs. Let the hands drop. Let them unwind and just fold and drape over that leg. And then you can inhale and find length if you feel a little rounded, and exhale, fold. And then walk yourself back up. Take this right leg, reach it out and over. So the left sole of the foot's on the inner thigh. Right hand inside the leg. Inhale, stretch that left arm up. Roll the ribs open and then exhale, reach up and over. Keep the toes drawn towards you. Inhale, heart lifts and spins open and reach. And then inhale, come all the way back up. From here, just keep spinning that back leg all the way around till you land in your pigeon. Three-legged dog, that left leg reaches back and up. Roll the hip open, bend the knee and circle it. And then last vinyasa, three-legged if you want it, regular or skip it. And then when you've completed that embryo pose, set the knees down and together, uncurl the toes, take the arms back, and just drape over your thighs. And then inhale and roll yourself up, hands come in front, lift, curl the toes under, roll over the feet. Separate the knees, extend the arms, and come to sit. Extend the legs long, extend the arms long, inhale, exhale, fold. And then inhale, come up, set the hands behind you. Now, if you have shoulder issues, just like hip walk yourself to the mat. Otherwise, you can press into your hands, press into your heels, lift your hips, send your hips to your heels. But for some of you, it's going to be too much on your shoulders. So if it is, you'll just walk yourself forward. For those that it isn't, set the heels closer to the hip, or the hips closer to the heels. Lift the heart, extend the legs, sit up. Inhale. From here, we're going to lie down. Exhale, belly in, roll down. Keep the arms all the way up. Inhale. Curl the legs in. Exhale. Rock side to side. Happy baby. Take any movement here that feels good. Straightening one leg and then the other, or both legs at the same time. Take a few breaths to move around. And then land a Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the arms just be in a cactus here. Close the eyes. Take a big filling breath in through the nose. And exhale, let it out the mouth. Again, take a big full breath in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. One more big inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Release the arms, release the legs. Move and wiggle, whatever you need to wiggle so that you can find a comfortable place to rest. And then just let your body settle in and find that place of rest. Love says, you must learn to hide in nothing, behind nothing. This is what it says to me whenever it sees my tender face. Light says, you are no longer a small child with the luxury of staying hidden in books and in trees. You must learn to live out in the open. This is what it says to me whenever I try to find that kind of place. Soul says, you will lose many comforts, a mother to cling to, a father who believes in you, siblings who still know you by your name. Life says now, before this temporary journey is over, and all of the light bringers are called home, do what you came here to do. Be what you came here to be. That was by Emma Claire. Ideally, you can stay and rest in Shavasana for another several minutes. So if you have that ability, please do so. If you need to transition to the rest of your day, start by noticing the body. Feeling back into that physical body that's resting on the earth. Feeling back into that emotional and mental and spiritual body. Feeling into the whole being and noticing any shifts. Finding that connection once again with your inner knowing, your heart of hearts. Feel that bond, that strengthened connection, that attunement. Come back to your own intention. And then allow some movement to come into your body. Just notice what part of the body starts to move first. Not really even thinking about it. Just let the body move. Let it move in whatever way it feels called to move. And then find a place where your hands can rest. And send yourself love and gratitude, compassion and respect. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for all beings. Namaste. Thank you guys for being here this evening.